Now on Yorkshire, one amazing day in the life of television.
No, listen to me. People evidently turned up here at about 5 to 4.
Before that?
Possibly before that. All I'm wondering is how long you intend to be here this particular time. From the picketing point of view, only 6 are allowed.
Are you saying to us officially that we are exceeding the legal picketing?
I'm saying to you officially what the law allows.
Yes,
or what the law states.
Would you like us to reduce the picket to 6?
I think you should, yes.
Right, well, we can arrange that.
I wonder why you ask us to do that today, because in the past that doesn't seem to have been a problem, in that they've always been quiet pickets. There's never been any problem on the picket line. Why do you suddenly today want to reduce to 6? Because, I mean, we're here, we're chatting amiably. We're not creating any great difficulty for anyone. We're certainly not obstructing the pavement to stop anyone going past, and we would never seek to do that. So why do you think we should reduce to 6? I'd remind you that that's only a guideline laid down by the Home Office.
I don't need reminding, first of all, what the law says.
So he's respectable. He's also, if you can bring out, which we haven't done in the queue, A, that he's a Tory, and B, that he's actually Kent Education Vice-Chairman. Okay. I mean, he's deeply respectable from all sorts of points of view. And it's quite a good profile, actually. Then Kirsty into the papers, and throwing to Bob doing sport. Okay. Jeremy, full employment, an item you suggested, I believe.
Oh my God!
Oh, they sent you
It's a good story. It's a good story. It's a story about long-term black unemployed kids.
That's right. It's actually quite a nice
Who've got
little
rather
film.
good jobs after going on this full employed scheme.
That's right. A wonderful little bit about a greetings card company, which is very jolly. Black faces for Jesus and God, which makes it sell better in the West Indies, obviously.
Stop! Stop!
Are you standing to the air this morning?
Stop!
What about the 234 people that were sacked last year? Yes? Is anyone going to cross our picket line, please? You're helping them take our jobs away. So much for your conscience.
You miserable cow.
Oh, dear me.
Stop! 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 Stop!
Jeremy, Susan Hampshire, on the papers. Pegged to the dyslexia campaign. And there's quite a bit in the papers on that, actually.
Does she have difficulty reading the papers if she's dyslexic?
Absolutely. We've never had a dyslexic paper reviewer before, I don't
So
think.
what's the producer going to go through the papers with her?
Yes. And I put most experienced one on it as well. So.
You mean the producer?
That's right.
Producer who can read.
We have more than one of those tonight.
Or presenters who can't.
Good morning, Anne. Can we ask you to picket line, please? You've sacked 234 people here, Anne. You remember your colleagues?
How's that fit with your image as a caring interviewer?
Oh, she heard it all right.
Morning, Chris.
Morning, mate. How are you?
All right. Good night. Busy? Anything changed on the government side? I don't suppose Mr. Clark managed to persuade the rebels in the end, did he?
No, he's staying with the way he was. He's
I have a feeling he might.
budging, and the rebels aren't budging, so they'll all give in by the end of the month.
Ah, fair enough.
Otherwise, fairly quiet. The court things that we need to look at today.
Okay. Give me a quick second. Look at the tapes.
Hello, good morning. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, November the 1st. I'm Richard Keys.
And I'm Catherine Holloway, and you're watching the morning programme from TVAM.
Yeah, he would. Well, as he says, he always sits in the same place here. A park bench. Yeah. It is. All right. Good man. ITN News Desk. ITN News Desk. Merv. Hello, Wilkinson. How are you? Good man. I just managed to spill coffee all over myself, so yes, I will. But I'll teach you to ring me in the morning, won't it? All over my book, channel changer, my papers, me, and half the office. Hang on a second. Who do you want security?
That proposals to introduce a voucher scheme for higher education are understood to have already been put on ice.
Well, that was it. That was and its attribution on the front page of The Guardian, which is flipped on the education correspondent.
But, I mean, do we understand it, or is this something that someone's read in a newspaper somewhere?
It's something that we've read in a newspaper, but when I asked our political correspondent about that, she seemed to think that was quite likely. So I talked to Linda Lewis about it.
1 minute to the weather.
Well, it's more than a bit little relevant, really, isn't it?
Hello again, and here she is, Lizzie.
Ah, good morning. Now, I think, Richard, actually, everyone needs to do the exercises to keep warm this morning. So, if you didn't sleep too well, don't worry. I will handle you with care. Shake out each shoulder. Oh, come on. Give it a good shake. Circle your right arm. Right down.
Being beat up and battered around. Being sent up.
Keep it nice and loose. Circle your left.
November 1 with temperatures about, by and large, 1. That's -1. And as the sun is just getting up now, it'll begin to stir the air, the still calm air overnight. And that stirring
1 minute to the
will
octa,
cause
1
the
minute.
air to go into fog.
Counting to the programme. 8, 7, 6,
Run VT.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
On air, everybody. Good luck, Jeremy Oattens. Kirsty gives us a menu. Coming through to 3 with overlay, and then to 2 with Aston, then to 1. Thank you very much. And mix through. Lighting change 1, lighting change 2. Mix to 2, and lights. Mix to 1, dips and cue.
Good morning, it's 7 o'clock on Tuesday, the 1st of November.
Coming to camera 2 next.
Breakfast time.
And
These are
then
the main
camera
news
4.
stories overnight. Rebel Conservative MPs say they will go ahead with their vote against charges for dental and eye checkups, which could lead to a defeat for the government tonight. Voting has started in Israel in what's described as the most important...
BT, do you have News Israel Graves yet?
Very happy birthday to Emily Lewis from Cheam, who's 4 today. Happy birthday to you, Emily.
Gary Watts, who's here with his brother Adam, and Gary is 10 today.
And Jonathan Daly, happy 10th birthday. For everybody, here's Huck.
Run VT.
5,
Run it.
4,
Run VT.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Annie, we have no Stephen Hampshire yet.
No Stephen Hampshire.
Very near the door. Very near the door.
Just let everybody know Susan Hampshire went to TVM instead.
You're kidding.
No, seriously.
That's a great story, isn't it?
It is.
Was it a case with you of your parents, your family, knowing that you weren't mentally retarded, but it was just something else they couldn't understand?
Yeah, it's quite right. They couldn't understand it, but it did keep going through my mother's mind that I might be mentally retarded, which is understandable. If somebody can't spell the word "the" after being taught it for 6 months, sometimes I was just forgetting things constantly. It just didn't mean anything to me.
Is he going to explain how he got his sums wrong in the budget?
Well, which sums did he get wrong?
Well, he got inflation wrong, he got the trade balance wrong.
Yes, I think in retrospect, that is probably true. But it's easy to be wise after the event, you know. And if you look back at the various...
The other possibility is Harwood. We could do Seals early. I mean, if he's really not going to turn up.
Lawson got his sums all that wrong.
Look, we've got Harwood at 8:15. So if we went gang warfare, school design, Harwood, that would be all right. And we still leave a massive great hole
She should have turned up by that stage.
Well, she's not on air until now at Camden Lock.
Yeah.
She's not going to be here till 8:30, 8:35 at the very earliest. And we'll have to do a straight interview and ditch the papers. Probably.
Don't you have any respect for the fact he's clearly managing the economy? I mean, he's got things clearly under control, hasn't he? Government spending's very, very tightly capped.
Well, you, Jeremy, have just been pointing out that his balance of payments forecast is now about 3 times what he originally said.
It's still nearly 20% less than it was the last time we had a Labour government.
Well, it's not, actually.
And if you compare these things, we think maybe we're not sure yet.
Within that 167 billion, which can be used for...
We might not need Susan Hampshire.
National
Let it run.
Or education or whatever public...
We'll have to wait and see what he proposes
come see
to
us
do
one.
on
Come on,
that,
out,
and we'll
two
have
shot,
to leave
two
aside
shot.
that
Thank
very
you,
interesting
steady,
question that
steady.
you raised, the fact it's
Fine,
higher
thanks.
now than it was when you came to
Thank you
to
very
office.
much.
But thank you both
I
very
think
much,
we'll leave
Julia.
it there.
We'll wait
Thank
the
you very
statement
much.
with interest. Thank you.
And 4+ cutout. Stand by VT Poland, please.
Back up already, is it?
Morning. Morning. Did you show all your press passes down there? Show me now, please. Who's in charge? Who's in charge?
Thank you very much. Watch the cutout and 2+
You could
cutout.
have seen the bedlam here in the studio as the wetsuit made its progress across the studio floor. Let's go on to other matters, though. The government has announced a ban on the killing and hunting of seals, as you've probably heard. The move was prompted by the deaths of thousands of seals from a virus over the last 3
Run,
months.
VT.
During this time, it's still been within the law to hunt
2,
seals.
1, 0. That mix. Oh, God, well, that was an absolute mess. But well done, cameras. It was because cameras were so good.
And where is this
Thank you,
this man, whatever his name is, who's talking about seals?
Where is Dr. John Harwood? Where is
studio
he?
is he in?
Where's Dr. John Harwood?
Is he here?
Where's Dr. John Harwood? Quick, 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 quick.
Where is he?
Where is Dr. Harwood? Somebody get him in there.
Is he here or?
He's here, is he?
Is he here? Or is he in a studio somewhere? Somebody talk to me, for Christ's sake!
50 seconds. What are we going to go to? What page is it? You're going to go to next.
Can we get baby on auto cue, please? Baby on auto cue.
Baby on auto cue.
Counting out. 3,
650. We don't have any script. 650 is not there. This is it. Coming to 1. Go to 1. Go to 1.
Talk to me. We're going to be talking to someone about seals very shortly.
Okay,
A chap who's head of the Seaman Research Unit in Cambridge. But before that, we'll go on to other matters. I think we'll talk about robots instead, because they're also
Robots. You've got a
designed in
robot.
Cambridge,
5-0 on auto cue.
and they're about to go into production in Russia. The move is part of a deal set up by a local firm who've just moved into
We haven't
new
got Robots
premises
VT.
on the
You've got
outskirts
Robots
of the
VT
city,
there?
and I believe we're going to have a film about that.
No, you're not.
Instead.
No, you're
Well,
not.
we're not. We're going to talk
What's
about
that on
What are we going to
VT?
talk about?
Sorry, Jeremy.
We're going to talk about something entirely different.
650.
We're going to talk about a big battle in America
Stand by
instead.
baby swapped, isn't
It's
it?
erupted over the parentage of a young Florida girl. A Pennsylvania couple is claiming the girl as their natural child. They say a hospital
Run
swapped
BT.
their baby
5, 4,
for another
3,
baby shortly
2,
after birth. From
1,
New York, Tom Brooks
0.
sent this.
Aston.
What is going on here?
Where is this girl?
Are you Dr. Harwood?
When you
Can you come in, please?
Somebody give me a Valium.
Have we got the Astons for this? No, we haven't.
Would you like to have a seat here, Dr. Harwood? We may be coming to you, but I'm afraid that, as you can see, there's been a bit of a confusion here. So don't worry. Are you bothered by any of this paraphernalia? It's just a conversation. Just treat it as such.
Jeremy, I'm talking to you. I don't think we'll have time to do this before the 8 o'clock, will we?
Fine.
We'll
I
do it
don't know.
at 8:15.
Yeah, I'm sorry, someone's now going to take you out again.
Hang on a minute, I'll come right back to you.
You'll be brought back shortly, and we'll do it after 8 o'clock. I promise we have to hit 8 o'clock exactly.
Kirsty to hand to the weather. On what camera?
Where the next from?
On what camera?
Kirsty.
Give me a camera.
So this must be very bizarre to you. It is very bizarre to us as well.
I'm sure it is. Yeah.
Mercifully, these cock-ups don't happen that
It's for
often.
the weather, so I need the weather satellite.
But you'll be
next.
on sometime just after 8 o'clock.
Actually, you're sitting down in reception.
Have you? You've been sitting down there?
Desk since 7:30.
You've been sitting... Oh dear, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Not your fault.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Cut.
So they're just about halfway round that.
They're not even halfway round the
curve.
bend. It's just before they get to the curve. Just about, as I say, 6 or 8 yards before you get.
Let's just come. Excuse me, Sonny Jim.
Okay.
Sweetheart,
come on.
just a moment.
You come with me. You come with me. Okay. Right. Okay, you come back here. Right.
Explain to these boys now, like you just to relax, like you're coming home from school.
Tức là các cháu làm như là đi học về, đứng thoải mái tự nhiên như đi học về.
And you're chatting about how lovely your teacher is to you.
Thế và hai bạn nói chuyện với nhau về cô giáo của mình nhé.
And how hungry you are, and how you really want, and how you really want to get home to have your bún.
Thế và nó bây giờ là đi về nhà để ăn bún nhá, nhớ chưa? Hai đứa nói chuyện với nhau nhé.
And you're right. And forget that we're here all together.
Đừng để ý đến những người xung quanh.
Yeah, and just talk to each other and don't look at the camera. Okay?
Hai bạn nói chuyện với nhau nhưng mà đừng có nhìn vào cái máy quay phim nhá. Được chưa?
Okay, it's all right. You don't have to be so stiff. Just relax, hey?
And maybe network on sport. Would be. Have you got much to talk to more than that? All right. A few things I've drummed up. Hello, can we come in? Okay.
He's
still with Keith.
He's with Keith.
Sit down.
Apparently he's run people.
Frank, when I first came in this morning, actually.
8 o'clock, 8 a.m.
Sorry. I've never seen people so well dressed.
Of the whole place, yeah. I've been asked by the Midlands if I'll allow a regional opt-out for a Midlands crime watch.
Lose Omnibus?
No, Omnibus would be networked, except the Midlands would opt out and do it half an hour later. And I don't want to do it.
Absolutely not. I think
because there's enough opting out. I mean,
Scottish do that
the amount of
already.
opting out
Omnibus-
going on at the moment is phenomenal.
Omnibus is a network program and ought to be shown by everybody. At the same time, if they want to opt out, they can opt out after all. Well, you tell the Scots that. They've been opting out Scotland of is now. very different. And certain programs ought to be designated as programs of the network, and Omnibus is one of those. That everybody should take at the same time. Well, they can't touch Panorama, so why the hell should they? Well, historically, they've been a bit careless with Omnibus, put it that way.
That's the script, and there's 1 or 2 changes, but that's the whole thing, so you have to type it up first, okay?
Right. Right, well, my 7 out of 10 I gave it. Sunday, how do you feel?
I thought it was too... I thought we were... I bet you, 6, 7 out of 10. I think, actually, there was so much pressure on the guy.
There was.
You could see it in everything.
It was like you could feel the tightness in the direction.
I know.
Didn't you?
But I mean, when you think they're under pressure, 11 million quid,
I
first
know.
game, the whole world writing it up as if it's going to be something radically different.
Absolutely.
I thought that we weren't fast enough.
Correct.
There were times when you saw something happen and you thought, I need that now.
Exactly.
I need it back now, and it wasn't coming.
And they didn't store things and then bring it up later.
Yeah.
You know, so as you said, 20 minutes later, let's have another look at that. You know, when he clobbered the bloke, Olsen got clobbered from behind.
Yeah. Yeah, which was a great talking point. And should have.
When we interviewed the man of the match, right? You've got to interview the man of the match. He can't speak, the man of the match, can he?
Well, he was
Neville Selby. I don't talk, he said.
He was a bit well, I think the other thing is, if you're going to give it to him in the dressing room, you've got to put some people around him, or it looks like you're giving it to him in the corridor. Should I say to you, I thought some of the camera work, there were 1 or 2 out of focus and the rest of it, weren't
Yeah.
you think? I thought...
Well, you see, I mean, this is probably going to be edited out, this little bit. Granada television. But the worst bloody crew they could find in a bloody game.
Did they?
Oh, I mean, the camera one bloke hadn't got
I know. I mean, I thought
that's
the camera
upsets me, mate.
I thought the camera work was pretty
Because the crew from Granada and covered a bloody game. Why don't they put the regular crew on?
I'll have a complaint. I'll have a go.
Who?
I'll phone Morrison.
Well, let me find out. Hang on, let me just get the real
Come back
facts
to me
from Jeff.
later. Come back to me
I
later.
will.
But I'll have a go at that because I agree with you. I thought some of the camera work was.
It's peak.
What, because it's
wasn't
not their OB.
kid. Yeah. Oh Christ! Here they come. Here come the.
Well, if that's the case, then we'll put in. Let's get camera crews from elsewhere. If they can't give us a decent
camera crews from elsewhere. Exactly.
I mean, there were too often it wasn't there.
That's right.
That's a good way.
Full of the even bigger match.
Bigger. It's the huge match.
You're not a football fan.
I watched it all. I watched it on Janet's thing.
It was quite a reasonable match, but I mean, so what? All the fuss was ludicrous.
It didn't seem to me to make much difference to the coverage.
particularly think much last night at 9 o'clock either. You watch it? You were still here working.
I was still working.
Funny, I finally rang you to say that I'd missed it. I missed it. Was it?
I didn't watch Newsnight.
No, I did. I watched Newsnight. I thought it was okay.
Is there any mileage at all in getting somebody to run some of the figures through the Treasury model computer today?
And come up with a doom and gloom scenario.
Come up with whatever they come up with.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for something extra, a bit like that.
Yeah.
In News at 10 time.
I think the way we want to do it, the rapid link News at 1, is Lawson made these figures in the budget and they're now wrong. Lawson gets it wrong.
Yeah.
6 months have changed I mean, we could build it on Lawson. It's changed Nigel Lawson's political career, if you like. He was still the hero in March.
Yeah.
Now he's very much the man on the way out.
I mean, presumably...
We could build it up as this could be Lawson's last major economic pronouncement. I mean, he could be gone by Christmas.
Yeah.
The major story of the day is clearly happening at Westminster, where we have really two distinct but related things happening. First of all is the Chancellor's autumn statement, what he's going to spend the money he's raised on the budget on. The second is the growing possibility of a backbench rebellion over the government's policy of charging for dental checks and for eye tests. Now, the problem with that story is that for later bulletins like News at 5:45 and News at 10, all the action will be happening. We'll have parliamentary debate, we'll have the activities in the House, we'll have MPs reacting to that, the voting patterns and so on. Our problem for News at 1 is, of course, that Parliament won't have done anything by the time they're on the air. But a lull's no good to us. News at 1 still has to reflect this story in a way. Our problem will be is that Michael Brunson will find it difficult to make a television news package out of that, simply because the only pictures that he will have of any activity down there is the cabinet meeting this morning. And there's a limit to the number of times you can see a minister trailing in and out of number 10 Downing Street, and frankly a limit to the number of times you can see Michael Brunson standing up and explaining it to camera.
You know about the 1050?
What about it?
They want 50 seconds for the 1050.
The deal was we were just going to do...
They definitely need to speak to you.
No, we can't. I mean, there's no way, so I'll just do something. Right, let's do something. Just a quick stand-up.
There's no one here. There's nothing here.
Hold on, no, relax, chaps. I just have to scribble a few thoughts.
Not good enough.
So, if we say something like ministers getting new money. The government, yes, I can do something like that.
Sure, we can handle that. Camera's running.
At this morning's cabinet, ministers are getting the final full details of the autumn statement, and it's expected that in the package there will be a substantial amount of genuinely new money for the health service. Now, ministers hope that that will, as it were, buy off the rebels. The rebels themselves this morning are still saying that they've got sufficient numbers to defeat the government, but government whips are certain that the rebellion is not as big as the rebels themselves claim, and they do not foresee the government being defeated in the House this evening. Michael Brunson, ITN, Downing Street. You have to do them. You have to do them.
First one in 20 years.
And do you want that to go now, Dan?
Yes.
Hang on. Michael, they're on the move. Michael.
Don't worry, no, don't worry. In Labour stuff and then get there. Right, off you go. Sorry.
Run!
Now, you know the prizes are given in the form of holidays. So, but you don't have to have the holiday if you win a holiday. You can have the value of the holiday in money. But if you win half a day in Blackpool, can you look absolutely thrilled? Even though you know you're not going to go. Absolutely. If you lose a game, you'll be given a wonderful little plastic ladder. You can cry. You don't have to look pleased. And the other thing is, please don't take it away because we've only got 6. At the moment, we'll post your ladder.
What we're trying to do is we're doing 6 programmes on poverty, how poverty affects you, and one of the things that we discovered was that taking drugs, for example, is a sign of poverty. We always thought you took drugs for kicks, but apparently that's not the case. Would you go along with that? Why did you take them?
In some cases, no, in all cases. I wasn't right well off, but I wasn't right poor, but
remember we are talking about poverty. What I'm trying to get at is that when we come to the interview, this has put you into the poverty bracket. So when it's important that when we come to the actual interview, which we haven't started yet, that you tell me about the money, you know, and just how hard it was. Well, then, what about money did you? I mean, have you found this to be the case as well? That the money, were you already poor? Do you think when you started drugs? Because this is why we're here.
I didn't. I don't think I was really poor when I started taking them.
It's important to concentrate.
He's going to cross him.
But what about the people who
30 seconds to Mike shutting up.
The fact that one large loan can deal with dozens of smaller debts.
Have you put the busker sign up, Frank?
Busker sign up, please.
But in many cases, watch with care. Very carefully watched. Watch with care.
15 seconds to Mike shutting up.
Yeah, and they get further into debt. A lot of the time, it's
10 seconds.
He's going to should turn.
One of the
5 to him shutting up. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. There's a minute to off air.
2.
Well, what we have heard is that there are the good, the bad, the responsible and the irresponsible. And you look as if you want to say something before we...
Oh, Christ, we're going to lose it.
Particularly with things like...
Have we got time to take the buskers?
You've got 35 seconds to off air.
No, we'll elbow the buskers.
Elbow the buskers.
Can we have the Graham's music, please, Dave?
Make it obvious. All right. Well,
right, that we'll be going straight for that. Keep him rolling. Keep him rolling.
25 to off air.
We'll have to just go to that frame store up
20
there.
to off air.
Looked for cash, not credit. Because that was the way...
There's 15 to off
Widen
air.
up, please, to show them. Can you...
Counting to off air. In 10, 9, 8,
we won't take any credits, we'll go straight.
6,
okay, and cue.
5 to off air. 4, 3,
and
2, 1, 0.
There's nothing we could do about that. They've gone. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks very much.
Well done, everybody. It's a shame. He just wouldn't take his cue.
Of course, it's okay. As long as I want the 3 shot, fine, just keep it there.
Go to the ring first.
Okay.
Lorraine, when you took drugs, was it to kill the pain of poverty?
To the latter stages, aye, it was. Right at the beginning, it was just, to start with, it was for kicks. And then I needed it, and then it just got that. It was through, just want to forget everything that was going on.
I think what we have to do, to be honest with you, is at the end of the day, is play a bit of devil's advocate with you when it comes to kids taking drugs. Because I know there's people going to be out there saying that's just an excuse, because they're poor. We have to go hard on that issue a wee bit. I think I want to say to you, John, I don't say to John anybody to take drugs because you're poor, and be quite hard on the question, I think, taking it there.
Do you not think the presence of a film crew sometimes disturbs people who are...
Oh, yes.
You know.
Yes, and I think there's an unfortunate habit by television crews to kind of come in and take over events and orchestrate it from there. Sometimes I don't think it's a genuine thing that's coming across.
As if you're giving interviews, you never said you were going to do that.
We've just proved they are, yes.
Go away. I'm working.
No, the interest you pay covers debts as well.
Of course it does. They have thefts of cards, they have defaulters, and nobody made that point. And I think they're a shower of bastards for not turning up and at least paying the tourists.
I was not brought up to use an earpiece.
And I find it terribly important that I can hear and converse with people. And what I found, I mean, when I came back on the air, I did try to use an earpiece because they said, please do. And after 6 weeks, I wound the car window down, took a rather large number of earpieces out of my pocket and threw them as we were travelling from A to B, because I want both ears to work on the people. And that's why the floor managers occasionally flash me cards. The one you saw them flashing me today was buskers, which was saying the end of the programme's in sight, go to the buskers.
Which we didn't.
We did, didn't we? Didn't we get to them? You're joking. Oh,
you
didn't hear that, did you?
You got so carried away with that fellow that you went...
I thought I got to him, I'm sorry.
First question to Father King. Some people would say that poverty is only an excuse for drug taking. There are plenty of kids who don't take drugs. Plenty of youngsters who don't take drugs. All right.
Camera.
Stand by, Bob. Looking at Father King.
Mm-hmm. Some people would say that drug taking is really only an excuse. There are plenty of youngsters in a poverty. What?
Poverty, not drug taking. To say, some would say that poverty is only an excuse for the drug taking. There are plenty of kids who are poor who don't take drugs.
Okay, camera.
Okay.
Some people would say that poverty is only an excuse for young people to take drugs. There are many poor youngsters who don't take drugs.
So just one more time, Bob.
You don't think there's any element in which you're exploiting these people?
Yes, of course I am. We're in the exploitation business, but exploitation has got a bad name. We're exploiting the individual stories to get across to people who don't know a bigger problem. We say that to people, we're exploiting you. We're using your story to show there is a problem. I don't mind exploiting people for that. What I don't do is exploit people for money, or I don't pay people to tell me lies. I always tell people the truth. We always do in Scottish Action. And if that means exploiting a smaller story to get a bigger problem across, I'm quite happy with that.
In fact, you don't pay anybody at all, which I think is interesting.
No.
Can you explain, you know, I mean, £100 given to this trust that runs this place would come in very useful. Do you not think Scottish TV should pay people, or at least make a contribution?
What we do is, if we use electricity or gas or any facilities, or we put people out, we pay expenses. We always pay expenses. We don't see why people should lose money because of us. Scottish Television is in the television business. If I had my way, I would give lots of people money. But then again, that's not what I'm here to do. The government or the charities give people money. I make television programs.
Last word begins with a G. You've got 3 accents if you need them. Elbow. Elbow. G. Elbow. Time's up for you, Mary. Elbow.
Grease.
Elbow grease. That's answer. Good. Hey, excellent. Excellent. It's one step up the jackpot ladder. You win a complete set of bondage equipment. And
Can we have it now?
and we've got 2 more couples here on lucky ladders. Peter, Simon, who are they?
We certainly do, Lenny. They're Karen Watson and John Ross, brother and sister-in-law, and Johnny's from Renfrewshire and Karen from Fife. We've got Pat Mack and Janet Jones, sister-in-law, from Norfolk.
Let's have a look at the ladder. First word is... prick. Behave yourself, you. Not a... She's a bit saucy, this one. It's not... Will you behave yourself, Barbara, please? This is a family show here. This goes out at 9:30 in the morning. Right, we've got prick here. Right, we're looking for a word that relates to prick and begins with a P.
Pin.
Pin, not pin. Right, give an extra tick. It's a U. Prick. No, you can't, lads that can't see you. You're P. Right, we've got PU. Prick and PU. Car, puncture. Yes.
Puncture.
She said
Yes,
puncture.
puncture,
Yes, absolutely.
yes.
Puncture, the next word begins with a
Tyre.
T. Is it tyre? Yes, it's tyre. Next word begins with an R.
Bill, I'm a little worried with Lenny showing them all the answers and all this sort of thing while that crew's filming. Can you just mention my concern in his ear, please?
Yes. The point is taken, Mr. Bishop. I won't show the contestants the answer during the rehearsal because people are here filming us and we might get into trouble. But what I will say, Mr. Bishop, is that if I do it in further rehearsals, I will make it quite clear that we're just doing it to speed things along and the game is played entirely correctly. Good morning.
Still confident enough to unveil a wide-ranging tax-cutting package. But now the economic climate is very different. Mr. Lawson's autumn statement this afternoon will be watched critically by MPs and city dealers. 19 seconds.
Minister, is there still no concessions?
Still no concessions.
We're going to win tonight?
Get in front of me.
Hang on.
We actually think there are far more sensible ways of spending some of the money we're talking about in the health service, and I see no justification for foregoing £140 million worth of income for the health service, which the House of Commons has already voted in favour of once.
Are the rebels, do you think, going to be pleased by what they hear in the package? Is that the idea?
I think most people will be very pleased by what they hear in the public spending package, but you must leave that to the Chancellor this afternoon.
Is it actual new real money?
It is new real money.
Well,
I think I'm too much today,
well, Kent Clark's getting quite a reputation for, stopping and doing those. No.
Harriet. Yes, I'm surprised you got away with that.
Lehman?
No, we don't have any proper place names.
Lake.
Lake, W.
Windermere.
Water. Yes, water and
Tap.
tea. Water.
Tap. Sorry.
Give it extra letters. T-I. Water.
Tight. Watertight.
T-I-G.
She said the first thing.
Yeah, she knows. Molly knows.
She did. She said Tim.
Yeah, not to worry. These in order. I should go to my right-hand side first, Henry and Molly, where we're going to talk about being married for 28 years and never having an argument.
That's right.
That's right. All right, fine.
Right. Iris, Susan, Teresa are married, yeah? Good. Teresa are married.
Don't feel my bottom. Oh, do I? Yes, you do.
Plenty of waving, smiles.
I'm going to die.
You won't. You'll be brilliant.
We will.
Yeah. You will.
It's only rehearsal. It's all her fault, this.
The thing that concerns me about this is it's a gang attack on an individual, and there's no real effect shown of the violence that the folks are perpetrating on the individual on the floor. I mean, certainly some of these blows would have grave effects on the person.
Kill the guy.
Now that isn't being shown. Once again, the teenage audience are going to find this rather attractive. Now, what follows is even more violent, as you might expect, because we now have Eastwood wreaking his revenge on the fort. Now, certainly that blow as an example, that would have killed the man. This is going out at 9:15.
We would obviously have to come out before the final punch.
Yeah. Well, because of the cutaway back to the building, there's actually no problem getting this particular shot out.
Right.
We could actually lose just that
Yes.
last shot.
Yes, you could.
In that particular instance.
And come to the reaction at the window.
At the window.
Yes.
So there's no problem cutting that one out.
Right in the end, look.
As Cabinet Ministers arrived in Downing Street this morning, they know that won't be enough. By around 60 backbench tourists angry at government plans to impose
directional one. As a boat swinging here, see, we're losing them. If you could have your way, if you could change anything in television, what would you do?
I would take the violence out. I don't honestly think it helps the younger generation. Give them everything else they want, but try and take that away. I'm not too keen on that myself. That's one thing I'm not particularly keen on watching, is some of the real violent things.
Stuart, what happens to you, to your mind, when you see when you do see violence on television?
Do you keep an average balance of around about 500?
Really?
Does it make you feel like being violent yourself?
Yeah, it does.
Why?
Well, when you see them, like, if you see them, like, smash a window or something, and you say, right, I'm going to feel like you want to do it, like.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that fairly common amongst your generation? People of your age?
Well, yeah, I would have thought so.
Have you ever done that?
Oh, yeah, I have.
Well,
I've seen...
After watching television?
After watching television.
After watching violence on television?
Yeah.
You have reacted violently?
Yeah.
And what have you done?
Smashed a bulldozer window with a catapult.
Now, what happened to you?
Well, I seen it on Grange Hill, see? So, I seen them do it, like, but I wasn't meaning to do it, really, like, I was just aiming to miss, but it hit. Smashed the whole lot.
Chuck, one more time, please. You need to get in closer to your face. I missed your face there, right? Okay?
And again, straight away. And action. Very good. Cut it. Stand by. Camera's running. Still looking forward everywhere. Here we go.
I might do the whole line while he's on top of me and then kick him off.
I'll see you fall into this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And action.
Oi, Rambo! You gonna give us a hand?
What did the police think of you? Of us? Yeah. I haven't got a clue, and I couldn't give them a monkey. They don't like us very much. They don't like my character very much, because he's an horrible swine, filthy, horrible beast. And they think he gives a bad image to the police. I mean, I don't think they like the CID, the way that
it's only the top guys, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the guys at the top don't like it because they say it's not showing the police a good light, but the ordinary PCs at Asbrook will like it because they say, well, it's just, that's really as close as what it is.
You can see how big a share of the resource problem is in the variety department.
Just hold on a second. 2.5 million.
That's why the channel is over, because it's new programming. And then on top of that, Variety are asking for increases.
And those are listed on the other document.
Oh, what a nightmare.
You'll find as you go through, you've already cut all of this once at Lower Slaughter, and they're now asking for it again.
But you mean they just haven't taken the cuts we asked for?
That's right.
And the result of that is that they're over by £1.7 million cash and 2 million resources. If you're brutal with them, we can solve the cash problem. The resources will have to be really forced upon them, I think.
Okay. The Laughter Show.
Well, 2 additional episodes, and they're asking for extra
Now,
resources
who
for
asked
filming.
for the 2 additional?
Well, I think you did, really, because the show runs in the spring and summer.
When have we got it done?
In the usual sort of slots, in May and June. And it's
So
quite
we
good
can
to
save
have 2 more
ourselves.
shows, but do they need
Yeah.
the extra filming? It's the resources, really, that is the only problem there.
Okay, so we'll cut the 2 episodes.
Well,
Oh, we've got to cut some.
Yeah.
The profile went 14.
Did you see it
15,
last night,
17. No. No.
Well, they said
I stopped watching it after 2 because I couldn't understand it.
But didn't David say it was going to increase? I mean, it should increase when they're going to.
Well, because he went to Mexico. It was very boring.
But how do you get? It is interesting, but how can you get people back into a serial halfway through? It's quite difficult.
Yeah, the problem is though, if you watched yesterday's episode, you would have been bored rigid by it. So there's no way they're going to be there next week.
Well, you don't know. I mean,
What's the Channel 4 rating for the repeat?
1.
No.
1. It cost about £700,000, I think, for 13 of them, so 50,000 a time for rating of 1.
Well, so there's no audience moving from that one.
No, the repeat's doing nothing at the weekend. What do you think of our weekend ratings?
I think the match was disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you want your pound now.
Well, Bombers won.
Yeah, he was the closest.
Sue Stossel won the bet.
What?
She said 20, didn't she?
No. Bromley, at a later stage, said 18.
Yeah.
The trouble
It'll build.
Well, also, the weather was sensational.
Yeah.
It's like the summer at the moment.
Yeah, that was fun, the fact.
Are the others coming, Fiona?
I'm concerned at perhaps the perception that these offers have been viewed in, and to put right any scurrilous rumours that have been abounding, that we come here seeking across the board increases in our budgets. That in fact is not the case. We're looking to an increase of no more than 4.1%. And in our view, that's not a mad rush profligacy across the board. Through the usual channels, my understanding is that there may well be a cash problem of £1.7 million and a resource difficulty slightly more at 2 million.
That's roughly the size of the problem, I think. Is that correct, sir? Yeah.
Well, if that is the case, we have prepared a document to which I will refer. So, as you see, on that total, we come very close to achieving your cuts. If that's acceptable, perhaps we could conclude the meeting at this point.
I must emphasise the, it pains me to do so, the seriousness of the resource thing, because this is something that every department is having to undergo.
Well,
there have been no resource increases to any department or on any programme. Tony?
We hear that.
Good.
We note it.
Okay.
We'll debate it.
And snow, please.
I hope the latest arms agreement will bring a new era of understanding between East and West. I would also like to say...
We certainly pulled the wool over your eyes there, didn't we?
What are you talking
By
about?
the way, you fat lump, your breath smells like rotting beetroot.
How dare you?
Almost as bad as Mr. Frenchy garlic face over there.
Look here, this is an outrage.
Would you just being more open, more glasnost?
I understand. Well done, well done.
Just cut it. Okay, and you start jumping on the Englishman and giving him a hard time as soon as you hear the word buttock clenched.
Well, we have to come back to all this at the end, but I'm not going to sanction that at the moment. However, it is, as you say, small beer when it's compared to the increase on the next programme.
Well, now, this requires very serious debate. The increase was from 6 to 8. That's a third more shows, equals a third more filming, equals the need for extra film crew days. And that's what the variable increase shows there.
Say that again?
There's a third
We
more...
did 6 last year, we're doing 8 next year.
Mm-hmm.
And just do 6. And cut 2 episodes and the increase.
In this strand, you have made an investment in an artist who is clearly already delivering. There is no question that there's a public take-up. There's no question that given direct competition, like for like, British public, generally speaking, chose this artist. You can't do things on the cheap. People expect a standard, they expect glamour, and that comes at a price. And I do believe that if we were to, in any way, fillet this, we'd be a variety department without any variety.
Do you got the right artist in the wrong show?
I think we've got the right artist in the right show, but the show will develop.
It's £250,000 that we don't have. Simple.
Well, I think...
Well, I think that what we have to do is put a big question mark over that and move on and come back at the end.
I'm happy to come back. I'm very unhappy to hear big question mark. I can assure you, faster than the speed of light, he will be invited, if not to appear on BBC One, anywhere else he chooses. And instead of sending out 9-10 million, that file will be incoming.
Actually, it's very interesting at Channel 4. You've got a 1 in 3 chance of picking someone up here as a preview. And if we just have a look around, there's only 1 in 3. I've only ever managed to pick up 1 person at a Channel 4 launch, 2 at LWT, none at 10. So if we have a brief look around here at who's available, I'm allergic to facial hair, so obviously he's out. He doesn't earn as much as I do either. See, this is the problem when you get to my age and my status. Nobody earns as much as I do, and then just don't like that. So, anyway, I better have some lunch instead.
She
Yes. Here's a possibility, actually. He's distinct possibility. Right, here we have the very interesting Channel 4 lunch through here. These are smoked salmon triangles, complete with pretty tomatoes and strawberries. Why are you taking the camera off me?
I cooked these.
This is my show.
I couldn't cook a piece of toast.
This is Channel 4 lashing out for the Dawn French programme. This is what's called having a refill. I'm refilling because there's nobody here to do it.
This is a good one.
This is all right, but the best ones are really if they have them at Groucho's or the Ritz, because then they have champagne cocktails, and here we just have Channel 4 wine. Channel 4 has the occasional one at Groucho's, which is all right. That was yesterday, and I've only just sobered up from that, so that was all right. The trouble is here is it's not really conducive to a party atmosphere. But it's all right, you know, as freebies go.
National Provincial Building Society, Paulette, that's you. You're preempted Sunday 1757. Can you get that back fast, please?
What about the going in breaks of Brookside on Monday, 1957, coming out of comments? That's, Oh, hold on, there's a clash.
Stones Bitter. That's you, Siam, preempted Saturday 1825 or 8-9. Ready to get back in?
Too late then, actually,
12.
those will be sharp.
Homebrew preempted on Sunday at 16:05. Can you get the money back, please?
£2,000. What are you trying to do? Okay, Years Ahead on Monday does about 6 lovely housewives and women. I know it's not quite Brookside, but I mean, it still does 6. It does half, well, not even half of what Brookside does it? So if you think of it like that, it's a bargain. And you don't spend half as much money.
Come on, who's looking at these 20s now? It's desperate. We should be shutting this day.
Are you trying 20 seconds? And he's just doing it now, and he says there's a clash, and they can't go in the kids' time restriction, and I think he's trying the Premier, and he's over there at this moment doing it.
Okay, that's lovely.
Basically, I need the airtime.
Yeah, I know.
Because we're short on time.
Right, I know.
Well,
Okay, well, I'm not going to be here to sort it out.
Did that
Right?
1842 go?
So let's be
Do you
unprofessional
think we want
about
to take
it.
3 spots out of October?
They're not going to do it?
20, get it back. As long as we can have a bit of priority when we want to get them back next week.
Well, you don't know the rating.
Yeah, I know, but we'll go through it.
It's on time.
Yeah, okay.
It's overachieving.
All right, take off 1825.
God, that's fun.
Take off all three, stuff it.
Right, all this airtime's coming off. Can you
Right,
get
okay. Can you write out cancellation paperwork, please? Is this over the weekend? We've got another 20 seconds now, 18:25 on Saturday. Who's going to do that?
Cue applause.
1, 2.
And white.
Good evening, welcome to no expense has been spared. We have got Mark Goodyear.
Catch all of the sound in stereo on Radio 1 FM. To start the show, back in the chart, Gloria Estefan, and 1, 2, 3.
Cue the applause. Ha!
6, 7, yeah, yeah, yeah.
5, 6 next, 6, 4 next, 7, 6 next, 8, 5 next.
Good job.
9, 3 next, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 10, 2 next, 3, 11, 3 next, 2, 2, 3,
On shot 3.
3, 12, 1 next. 13,
Tighten.
2, 8,
In you go to mid shot.
3, 4,
Not too wide, Peter, on 2. Not too wide. That's it, that's it.
7, 2 next. 8, 2, 3, 4, 40, 4 next.
Off you go.
3 and a half. 3, 2, 3,
And hold the shot
4,
there.
2, 15, 16, 6 next. 2, 3 and 1. 3, 2, 3, 4, 1. 17, 2 next. 18.
That's come.
2 of 3. 3, 2, 3, 4. 19, 5 next. 20, 3 next. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 21, 1 next.
See his face.
22, 4 next. 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 23, 5 next. 3, 4. 24,
Nice angle.
3 next. 2 of 8.
Starting for her.
4. 5. 6 of 8. 7, 3
Do
next.
the handheld 3.
8, 2, 3, 4, 25. 6 next. 2 of 3 and a half.
So I've cut that loop for a second and run the satellite sequence.
Yes, because then at least it's identified and we keep the sponsors happy.
Right.
So if you can put something in about needing good tyres in this snowy weather, win some brownie points.
That's right. Sounds like a Goodyear tyres on sale in the USSR. That's what the snow is.
The black market, probably.
I'll put on a microphone. I don't need the earpiece. So I'll stick that in the drawer. Find the microphone. I'll probably crush it. Oh, it's on. I'm wearing it. Right. There we are. Back in vision. Got to speak slowly. Good afternoon, Europe. Hello, Super Channel. Hello? Hello? That's the hard way I've used to use old, good old British Telecom. Hello, young lady. It's Ian McCaskill at the BBC, ready to do a forecast for you. Lovely. I'll start in about 20 seconds' time. I'll leave the line open. Thank you. I'm starting the clock now. Starting the clock. Right. It's counting down. Ian McCaskill for Super Channel in 5 seconds' time. Hello, and welcome to the Goodyear weather forecast.
Do you think if we had 24 channels, it would change what you watch?
No, it probably wouldn't change what I watch, because if you put 24 channels on, you're going to get a drop in standards, because they're going to be doing variations of the same theme slightly differently, you know, and that's all they're going to do. With the advent of satellite TV, you're going to get a lot of what's commonly known as rubbish on the television.
Two shots.
All right. Now.
Did you know that Tom Jones is back in the charts with a cover version of Prince's Kiss?
Yes, it is.
Right. Now, there's a little bit in the song that goes, you don't have to be rich to be
You're
my
not getting
girl.
me to sing
And that's just what I want you to do.
You don't have to sing. You can just say it.
No. And we'll do the little actions. Oh, go on.
No, you just say it to camera. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. Just one line.
I don't want to do that.
All right, I'll tell you what. If Karen starts and goes, you don't have to be rich to be my girl, and you go, you don't have to be cruel to rule my world. How's
We'll
that?
just speak it.
Just speak it, not sing it.
Okay? We're not singing. I can't sing.
This is definitely, I mean, you're going to edit all of this and I'm not going to definitely be on, am I?
Absolutely. There's a
Thank
strong
God for that.
possibility you won't be on.
They have entertainment shows. I mean, they're very entertaining because they're very funny, but they're funny because they're so awful. They're not very well made. They're also, it's a diet of what ITV was part of what ITV was at one time, and is much less so now, which is a diet of game shows. ITV has gradually moved away from that because the audience has gradually moved away from that.
What is Astra? You have 2 minutes only. 2 minutes. Somebody call it.
Basically, Astra is a new satellite that's being launched at the end of this year, which I believe will have about 16 transponders. One of the biggest advantages that obviously cable TV will have is not only will we be able to provide you with them 4 channels, but we'll also be able to provide you with a lot more as well.
Well done. Round of applause.
What should you do? The first thing you would do, Alan, after somebody's opened the door?
Ask if you've got a video, whether they rent video films.
What about something else before that, before you even speak?
Well, identify yourself.
Something even before that. Thank you, Mike. Make sure you make a point of stepping back. You're going into a new area, which is what I keep trying to put across. So if you step back, even just one pace, number one, it's going to put you all on the same height level, and also it's going to make them feel more relaxed and less threatened. Just ask a few of you just to throw a couple of the likely objections you will get. Who should we start off with? Andrew.
An old age pensioner telling you they can't afford it on their pension.
Yeah, on most occasions, to be totally honest, I wouldn't even try and overcome that because it is actually true. I mean, it is worth you, because obviously not every pensioner is hard up, but most are. So it is worth you spending a bit of time explaining the sort of channels and breaking the price down and leaving brochures and guides. But 9 out of 10 times, you are not going to persuade a pensioner to take cable.
Hello. Sorry to trouble you. Sorry, excuse the camera crew. From Windsor Cable.
Yeah.
Cable television.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, I don't know if you're aware, we're coming in the area. Cable television.
Well, you're making a fucking mess out there.
What? Sorry?
They're making a mess out there, aren't they?
Sorry to trouble you, ma'am. From Windsor Cable. So you'll have to excuse the camera crew.
All right, what we got here?
No, I'm from Windsor Cable.
Oh, hi,
Cable,
yeah.
Cable television
Yeah,
company.
yeah.
Don't know if you're aware, we're going to be shortly in the area.
That's right, yes,
And what we're doing today is arranging community times to call back, come back and explain a bit more about the services we're going to have available to you. Now, I'm in the area on Tuesday evening, if that's convenient to you.
Well, you see, the point is I'm a widow, and I mean, I haven't got the money to fork out for these as much as I'd like to do, to have these things, but that's the point, that's the position I'm
Well, let me
in.
just give you some idea.
So, yes,
It's sort of, for a cost of about $2.30 a week,
Yes.
you have 8 extra channels on your
230
TV.
a week's a lot for me and all.
Well, okay, then what I'll do in that case, if I may...
I'm only on a pension, you see.
And the bags of washing upstage to collect, because you've got to collect them. Down there. Smashing. Okay, and cue, please.
Hi, Mum. Didn't I get in all that all today?
No, I had to cover for her all day. I told her, you come in, because I've got an evening's work ahead of me. You can get yourself off your bed and finish up. But look at this lot.
It's for the party.
Does this look all right? 'Cause if I go home, I'll get caught up with Martin's tears. Bound to be something else needs doing.
Yeah, you're fine. Go on, leave this lot. But I'll take it down for you and get yourself down to the Vic.
Well, if you'll hang on here for 10 minutes, Doss will be here. It would be help. It's just been one of these days. Do you want to swap round there and I'll stand beside you? It's been one of these days. Customers moaning. And you know, when I nipped over to the shop, Mr. Carrim nearly bit me head off. I don't know what's up with him. He's usually so polite. Now, you sure you don't mind?
Yeah, Mum. Look, and Mum, I'll give you a hand with the food tomorrow.
Oh,
Right.
cheers. I'll see you then. See ya. Bye.
We could send a customer in at the end, too. I wondered... Do you want to give her a peck or a hug or something at the end? It just seems quite a friendly moment.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, good afternoon. From Windsor Cable Television. We're in the area installing cable television. Is it possible to come and speak to you about cable television? Now, or is it more convenient with your husband's home?
My husband, no. I'm talking, my mum's not in.
Right. When's it convenient to come back and speak to you then? When is she likely to be home, or...?
She in? Because I'm iPad here.
Your iPad, is she? I need to talk to her again. I don't know, you can come back tomorrow, but she ain't in now.
She's not in now.
That's my mum's mate.
Ah, okay then. I'll tell you what, how about next week?
Mum, is it?
Are you free about what...
Yeah, but my mum don't want to talk about it. You can ask my dad.
Okay. When's it convenient to come back and speak to you then?
Anytime.
Anytime.
My mum's handbag.
You love him, don't you? You absolutely love him.
No, you can ask my dad, but my mum don't want that in.
Okay.
Not in here.
That's mine. I don't think you can ask him. He's already grasped on me.
Winter Television operate within this franchise area. We've been going for the past 3 years. And what we do in this case, if you decide to have the services, we'll run a cable, same size as the aerial you're currently using. We'll come through any convenient point you specify. These are the 8 channels we have. And these, so you have these 8 channels with the FM connection at a cost of monthly $9.95.
Right.
So what I do, I'll collect a check and I take a daytime number where you can be contacted, and customer services follow through and arrange a convenient time to install.
Problem, I can't write a cheque. No, I've got about £37 on me, that's all at the moment.
Well,
Till I
actually,
get paid.
no, actually, that's all I need is $29.95.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah, we'll check
Okay,
it. Okay, is that okay then?
Yes, lovely.
What number are we?
27.
People watch television because they watch programs. They don't watch the receiver system. They don't watch the technology. They watch television programs. And the great danger of where we are is the expansion of the ways in which we can deliver the signal is much, much faster than you can expand or afford to expand the program making base. And the result could be that you spread the audience wide and then actually nobody's got enough money to make the sort of programs that work.
I got.
She's scratching my head. I don't know why she's scratching my head. Why are you scratching my head?
Ghostbusters, Mummy's favourite.
No.
What?
I like this. It's a new picture, look. It used to be this one.
I've seen it loads of times.
I like to see when they win and they win all these fabulous prizes and things.
Yeah, you can see them being killed.
Oh, I watch your programmes. Which one like mine? You like mine, don't you?
I do, some of them. But this is the...
Whoops. Oh. There's for me. Hello.
Right, enough. What K can be found in a pudding or a pie
as a partner. Yes, John? Nutmeg. No.
Not with a K.
Not necessarily, it could be on top. Hold on, this goes across the sharer. What cake can be found in a pudding or a pie as a partner to steak?
Kidney.
It's got to be kidney, yes. Him and a... Yes, John.
Forecourt. Forecourt.
No. Peter, what happens at Parliament Petrol Station with a pump situated? Forecourt.
Hey, I got it.
Do you want me to leave it for you? Do you want me to stick something on?
If it's serious, there's a real problem, because I'm going to Los Angeles tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Is this Fridays?
It is, yeah. Well, you have to arbitrate on one thing. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 fucks, all in extracts from the plays. We have 1 cunt. Now, I don't know. I've never heard that recently. I don't know whether there's a...
Is that in extracts from the plays?
That's in an extract from Serious Money. And as you know, Serious Money is pretty well dotted with 4-letter words. I'll tell you what they are. From Serious Money, we've got a soliloquy from a character called Zach, who says they don't even know it themselves, they're into fucking or getting a Porsche. From the same play, the next extract, it's a 3-handed scene. In the first speech, there's 1 cunt and 1 fuck. Those could just be, they've been slightly obscured anyway, with, I think, sound effects or characters moving about.
It's dubbed and cut and it's on tape.
Dubbed and cut.
So this is the final cut.
So, yeah. This is the final thing to do.
When did you first see it?
Yesterday.
Did the producer consult you about it?
No, producer consulted the editor. But they are all extracts from plays, and none of them's arbitrarily chosen.
Well, I've got to take your advice because I'm flying out tomorrow. I could look at it tonight. Do you think I should look at the whole show? I mean, my instinct is if you're going to advise me that the language, the use of the word fuck in extracts from the plays is completely justified, then obviously we should go with that. Although I've got a major problem with the other word. It's not something, it's never been on television as far as I know. And had I been asked about it beforehand, before you made the show, I would have said no.
I mean, which is the bit you care about most? I mean, because there's the brute mags, which, as you know, are probably completely impossible to transfer to television.
Well, that was a nice meeting, Steve.
No, but something along the similar lines of using the trash aesthetic will go down very well on television. Almost like a cartoon, but split up into different sketches week by week.
But I think, I mean, that's part of it because your written and comic work relies on, it relies on shock. It's very violent, it's very sexual, and it's very sexist.
Sexist, well...
I mean, the thing is, we had all these conversations over Brute and Network 7, which I know was a sorry episode.
That's
we
right,
won't go over it in too much detail, but there are just things you cannot get away with on television that you get away with great gusto on paper. And Channel 4 will be off the airwaves if a page of Brute got onto television. Here is a picture of a man.
Quite
literally.
You're quite literally what with a 6-foot gun in his head.
Yes.
Well, it's too ludicrous to be believable. So I don't think any child is going to go home and
try and find himself a gun the size of a wardrobe and sit it into his head.
But I mean, if you're in a position of a lot of power here, as a commissioning editor, and if you say you think that you wouldn't get away with it, then why are we talking about it? Surely you should just say you can't do this on TV.
You can't do this on TV.
I just find the story extremely difficult, right? And I don't simply mean to poke fun at it, but this seems to cop out. The last scene is interval. The villagers attack him, and he falls and kills himself in the fight. The villagers don't kill him, he kills himself by falling in the fight. So nobody's to blame, you see what I mean? And I don't know. I mean, the part one, this household. Now tell me something. What about this idea of the 4 half-an-hour slots? 1, 2, 3. At night. Yeah, we could think about scheduling and all this later, right? Okay. But first of all, let's just think of whether you want this business at all.
I mean, does that mean to say that seriously, the Bruce, even though a lot of people read it and stuff like that, whatever, no matter that like we can, we're already influencing journalism, except the music papers, the NME, who are ripping off our styles and stuff like that. Even though we have all this influence with it, it'll never genuinely be transferred to TV because people are scared. And yet you take a left-wing organ like City Limits, who think it's hilarious because they don't think it's sexist at all, or violence, because they know it's comical and it's so extreme that it lampoons everything.
You know, it's not enough to talk about the popularity of something in order to justify putting it on television.
So it should be unpopular.
On that basis, there'd be wall-to-wall page 3 girls.
No, I don't think you can...
And news programmes will be praised by the journalistic standards of the Sunday Sport.
That's a good paper, actually.
The UN Secretary manages to mollify the Iraqis and Iranians using tact, sound reasoning, and a bright, shiny object on a piece of string. You are feeling very peaceful.
Yes, we are very peaceful. Just head again, sorry, just go back to head again. Just cut it, sorry. We were just, Steve, for some reason you got out of rhythm. Oh, I see, okay. No, as long as you know which one I mean, it's the old thing of just getting on one, isn't it? Okay, here we go. Ready?
Here's no problem, I would on plastic.
Here it comes.
The UN is forced to intervene. The UN Secretary manages to mollify the Iraqis and Iranians using tact, sound reasoning, and a bright, shiny object on a piece of string. You are feeling very peaceful.
Yes, we are very peaceful.
You will stop fighting.
We will stop fighting.
You will leave the oil alone.
We will leave the oil alone.
And you will pay us back all the money you owe us.
You must be bloody joking.
And sir, what is the piece? We
They just will stop. No, it doesn't matter. He knows about it. It's about the Vox Pops, tell him. But he already knew.
Really, I assume we're interviewing Gordon Brown as well as the...
Robin Cook.
We're doing Cook.
Who are we doing? Cook?
I'm not sure. I suspect by the end of the day we'll have done them both. But we're doing...
We certainly were doing Cook.
We're doing Lawson. We're doing Clark. We've Mellor on offer at 6 if we want to.
Do we need Mellor?
No.
No, I don't think so.
And Cook and or Brown.
All right.
Either of which.
And maybe a doorstep of Kinnock, of course, remember.
Absolutely, yeah. And are we doing Beef or...
Well,
Channel 4
I mean, I said to them I'd prefer not to do Beef, but we'll have to do somebody from the salads, so...
No, over there, have you seen the bugs?
Oh, yes, I know.
What are they?
They're fruit flies.
Fruit flies. Fruit flies have eyes.
And apparently what's going to happen is that apparently the solution to all our problems over the insect infestation of the newsroom is that we're going to have plastic waste bins instead of metal ones so that they can be washed occasionally.
Go and have a look. I'm sure they're not fruit flies.
Where are they? Where are these creatures? What?
Have a look at that champagne glass.
Oh, they're fruit flies. They are the fruit flies.
Are they?
Yeah.
Right, we want to do
no, it's all right. I've already taken. I took a jar of them down to Dave Clark, and his solution is to buy plastic waste bins instead of metal ones so they can be washed.
We want Mark to go stand up.
Knock them into the wine glass and then put a cover on it, and we'll take some more down to him.
From the paper.
News and how it's collected.
He was.
Chancellor told the House it was strong and sound, despite inflation, which he conceded would exceed 6%.
UPIM, ITN, the city. The Prime Minister has said many people are willing to pay small charges for eye and dental checks if it means shorter hospital waiting lists.
Many people would feel it was quite wrong if they were not allowed to pay these small
If they don't ask,
which
they
can
never
well
know.
afford to enable substantial development in the health service to take place.
Well, the local news, I mean Northern News, you can't let kids watch that. It's all about old grannies getting bashed up in Horton this spring and people being raped all over the place. So you got to keep away from that. No, that's serious. I don't let them watch that. Television news is bad news, isn't it? I mean, there's not enough of it. There's always something about the royal family, who I don't much like. And if you want the news, you listen to the radio.
Right, let's listen through this, please.
I'll soon try and see.
Can I get your voice down here
It's
for you?
going to be an extremely busy evening, and I should think an extremely puzzling evening. The latest information, and it's, I think, Katie, just a guess, is that our likely votes on teeth and specs may well go back a little bit. If it's at about 10, we would have to then try and take it live. I think probably a separate lead-in to health reaction, I suppose, and then to the debate, briefly to Brunson. So we'll see how we feel about a break then, or we may go on in Thatcher-like style till we get the vote, and then have a break.
Dan, what do you like? You got any children? 3. 3?
And grandchildren, there's 2 great-grandchildren.
2 great-grandchildren. You've got a few guys there, haven't you? Yeah. Okay. Very nice. And what's your job? Have you got a job?
Well, I retired when I was 69.
Yeah.
Is there another bite for you?
Well, yeah, I think there must be.
We've got about 10 minutes.
Have a look in the Vicks. I'll see.
In 2 minutes, I'll... Cash, hello. Hi. Don't get on.
That's what you just said. No, the bit of ABC.
No, a script comes easy.
So, but Alex came along and said to me,
We've been caught
oh,
again.
go away. This is Debbie. This is Debbie. Say hello, Deb.
There isn't the camera there. Yes, there is.
Kathy, look at me. It's all right, I promise you.
Oh, please, God,
But I'll put my hands in my pockets. Kathy, look, I won't touch you.
Just don't let the gun let me go. I promise I'll do
You
everything
must
you
have got my
want,
letter
please.
by now. You know I wouldn't harm you. We trusted each other. You loved me, and all I wanted to do was love you back. Let's go somewhere quiet. I'll make you understand. Come on.
She's not going anywhere, Kathy. You bugger off. You ruin her life, and then you come back and torment her all over again. Well, one whiff of you in this square again, and I'll finish you. I'll see to that. Are you deaf? I said clear off. Kathy, I've had enough. We're going to the police.
Oh, I don't want to go through that again, please.
No, well, maybe you've had enough, but I can't stand it anymore. I want that menace locked away. All right, I'll take you to Pete, and I'll go to the police myself. No one's going to stop me now. Sorry.
Once again, please. Thank you.
Alistair, is the... No, I was going to say, is the first bong 2 billion of extra money, but what goes as a result? That's a bit unfair, isn't it, really? It suggests cuts to make room for it. It's actually savings because of economic circumstances.
Yeah, it's good housekeeping. That's the kind of phrase the Treasury are using.
Yeah.
But it's 2 billion extra for the health service, but because the dole queue's shrinking. The nub of it.
Sale of council houses and so on.
That's right.
Yeah.
No.
You can't do this to me, Kathy. There's been a terrible mistake. We went wrong somewhere, and all this nonsense has been a horrible nightmare.
God, if you just don't let the gun let me go, I promise I'll do anything you
You
want,
must have got my
please.
letter by now. You know I wouldn't hurt you. We trusted each other. You loved me, and all I wanted to do was love you back. We'll go somewhere quiet, and I'll make you understand. Come on, Kathy.
She's not going anywhere. It's all right. You bugger off, you. You ruin her life, and then you come back and torment her all over again. Well, one whiff of you in this swear again, and I'll finish you. Do you understand? Oh, you deaf? I said clear off. I think it's all right. We've got to go to the police now.
Oh, shit, I can't go for that again.
Maybe
now.
you can't, but I've had enough. I want that menace put away. Look, I'll take you round to Pete's, and then I'll go to the police, and no one is going to stop me.
Okay, fine. Good, thank you. Yeah.
Yo. And no one is going to stop me.
Okay. Okay, so what we need to do now is you coming around the corner and spotting that going on down there.
Will.
All right. Well done, thank you.
Thank
Right,
you.
onwards.
Is that you done now?
You've got to change it, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
No,
it hasn't.
Very
No,
nice.
no. Why not?
There's a folder on it now.
You have your makeup redone. You a bit done.
No, right.
Poor little thing. Right round the corner.
Is he? Oh, bloody really pissed.
Exactly.
Man! EastEnders! EastEnders! EastEnders.
I'm sure we'll be up to the minute with one. The funny one tonight.
I know.
Do you know which one it was?
I think so, yeah. It's the one where he's checking all the riffraff out.
That's right. It's really funny.
I don't know if I've seen it all though.
Before that, it's the one where he feels the woman's boob.
What?
Remember when he puts his hand up to turn the light off? I think it's that one.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's that one.
She's avoiding me like a plague. I told you, I never spent anything on Bill. That's what you say, other people say different. Well, put a word in for you, you know me long enough. Tell us a lot of old coppers. No can do that. Oh, you telling me you don't believe me? It doesn't matter whether I believe you or not. I hate when you get to the time. It's dangerous. Tell me you're a focus card on the night. Tell me you're showing the sense of time. Push it low properly. Tell me you're a grass. Have your cuts. I can't, Johnny. No, can't do it. I'm sorry, mate.
Did you enjoy that programme?
No.
Why not?
I don't like EastEnders.
Full stop.
Full stop.
Well, just because it's Dartmoor, yeah, that's about the only fascination, but it wasn't real to me, because I know what Dartmoor's all about, and that wasn't Dartmoor at all.
And was it not entertaining enough?
No, I mean, I don't like television anyway. I don't watch television, full stop. I mean, if I got the choice, I don't watch it. It's either bang up or watch it, isn't it?
Nowadays, it's all soap. Every channel you turn it on to, it's either Dynasty, Dallas, Neighbours.
How important is television to you?
Well, to me, it's very important. Because I'm a long-term anyway. So, whatever I see on television, I appreciate it.
You're in for a long time?
Yeah.
May I ask how long?
Life.
One impression of television today. I don't think it achieves anything. I don't think it does an education programme for kids or anything properly. I think they're watching too much rubbish, and they're brainwashed by rubbish, literally. It plays too much of an important part now in people's lives, when it shouldn't do. It takes a family away from being a family.
I think there's a real danger that a lot of the people who are currently in the television industry are altogether a little too pleased with themselves. They are smug, they are complacent, and a lot of viewers who try to find something worth watching on any one of the existing 4 channels in the evening find that attitude pretty hard to comprehend. You and I both know the situation where you can switch on the television and there's nothing on any channel that would entertain anyone with a mental age above about 12. However, that's not to say that because the present system is not the best of all possible systems, and it clearly isn't, and there clearly is a lot of rubbish, that's not to say that it is going to be any better once the changes that are envisaged in the white paper and with the general explosion and deregulation of broadcasting come about. Quite the reverse. What will happen, it seems to me, is that we will get a profusion of programs on a profusion of channels which will make things like blankety blank look like the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Okay. Okay. Right.
So it's the hair. Do you think the
Can
hair
we
should
handle
be clipped?
it?
No, you don't. You want it
Yeah,
to look
yeah,
like
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's
Okay.
And what do you want me to do? Just stand there?
Yeah.
Okay.
A slug. Right, start with. And a single out to 3 shots. Okay.
Well, the Great American Game Shows will be back tomorrow morning with more fabulous prizes and eager contestants. But now we head over to the glamorous world of fashion and we open up the Style File.
We might as well get it sorted out properly. Sorry. Sorry.
Right.
Which mic is it?
Which mic is it?
James.
James, I heard
Got
that.
to be. Troublemaker.
Troublemaker. Jinxer. So what are they going to do?
Not this bad all the time, is it, James?
No.
Come on.
No.
Usually take one.
I'm really sorry. We should be okay this time.
I hope so.
So do I. Oh my God.
You're blushing, Henrietta. Blushing.
And you should be.
Okay. Yes, we're standing by.
All right. And here with me in the Lifestyle studio today to introduce us to a very special guest is our resident fashion guru, Jane Lomas.
Well, with me this afternoon is one of the great stars of the International Fashion Catwalk, model Jerry Hall, who's now turned to designing swimwear, which is going down a bomb, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, Pascal's got one little number on.
Very nice. Black velvet and sheer. The black velvet says femme fatale, dress to thrill.
You're watching the Nescafe UK Top 40. I'm Donny Osmond, and here's my new single, If It's Love That You Want.
Okay, same again. You're watching... I'm Donny Osmond. I'll be on later.
You're watching Donny Osmond?
Sorry, no, you're watching the Nescafe UK Top 40.
Hi, you're watching Donny Osmond.
And I'll be on later.
Okay. Hi, you watch? No. Just you're watching, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You're watching the Nescafe UK Top 40. I'm Donny Osmond, and I'll be on later.
And if we could do one generic promo?
Okay. Just what?
You're watching the Nescafe UK Top 40. I'm Donny Osmond. Here's my new single.
Oh, that generic promo. Yeah, okay.
It's that one.
I got a million of them.
Generic, it always confuses everyone.
It's the best show in town or something.
Yeah, oh, well, yes, we'll do that one.
Right now, though, we have an important appointment with the Queen of Chat, and we're going to join Sally Jessy Raphael.
Sorry.
Oh.
It's just a timing error on the steps. Could you say thank you, Jane? Or
I say, well, I think it's all wonderful.
if your eyeliner's over up, Jane,
yes.
please. Yep. Yep. 3.
I think it's all wonderful, Jane, but I don't think it would really suit me.
Why don't you just back time it up there and cue me on 0 on the right time? Can't understand. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go on. 5, 4.
Okay, and the last one, if we could have... Hi, I'm Donny Osmond. You're watching the Nescafe UK Top 40, the best chart show in Europe. Okay. Action.
Hi, I'm Donny Osmond. You're watching the Nescafe UK Top 40, the best chart show in wherever you are. Wherever in Europe. Okay, here we go.
Okay, take 2.
I'll be okay. Here we go.
My budget per week. I mean, there's a bit of history here. Sky used to make a lot of music programs, then they decided to make less but better quality. So I was quite happy when Nescafe came along, because it increased my budget. So that would give me the flexibility to travel outside London, because it is a UK chart show. What I'm trying to do now is get out of London. Well, my budget, I mean, I'm not sure I actually want to tell you my weekly budget on this show. It probably astounds you from your budgets at Yorkshire Television. It is quite low, but it allows us to do what we want to do.
Why don't you want to tell me how much it is?
Well, at the moment, I mean, I will tell you. I mean, at the moment, we're running on about 5,000 per show.
The sort of budgets that are talked about for example, some of the satellite television channels are the sort of budgets for which, frankly, you can only do the lowest common denominator. And you're reduced to a set which has a couple of bits of cardboard behind it, in which you interview low-cost guests. The sort of budgets that are talked about are the sort of budgets on which, frankly, you cannot make challenging television. There should be no illusions about that. You cannot do it without spending money.
There is a cost to quality. You can't make programs of excellence on shoestring budgets, such as are being utilized by the satellite broadcaster. Quite simply, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys.
Hello there, and a very warm welcome to you from me, David Hamilton, with you right up to 3 o'clock here on Lifestyle. Well, our programs begin in a few moments with that colour-coordinated fitness follower, Charlene Prickett, as she dances her way to health in It Figures. Then at 10, we'll be hearing from legendary entertainer Cesar Romero when he gives a Hollywood interview. I'm hoping to persuade you to take a break from your daily routine at 10:25 and spend 5 minutes with my coffee break guest, Nigel Burnett Hodd, author of an extremely useful little book, The Pocket Guide to Contact Lenses. Well, today Nigel will be dealing with a problem which will be well known to those of you who wear spectacles, namely the difficulty of making up your eyes when you can't see without your glasses.
It might be better than that.
You wouldn't just do a Christmas message saying, hi, this is Jerry Hall, a very Merry Christmas to all the Lifestyle viewers. Would you say that for me? Please.
How much you got?
She's looking for me to be bossy again.
You don't want to do it, okay.
I don't want to. Everywhere I go,
Okay.
I do ads for every TV channel.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Are we
Sorry.
finito?
Yeah, we're completely finished. We're all
Now,
good.
I've got all sorts
Thank
of
you,
clobber in the
Pascal.
back
Thank
of
you,
the
Joe.
skirt.
Thank you, Jane.
That's what I'm coming a bit. When they let me loose, I'm out now.
No, it's not going to. Thanks, Jerry. Cheers.
You said you were... Bye-bye, thanks a lot. You said you were David.
No Christmas message.
Yeah, she did quite, but I thought her model was almost sexier than she was. We'll put it to the vote. Did you find Jerry Hall sexy, or did you think her model was sexier than she was?
Pascal was nicer.
Eh? You cracked her stiffy.
Jerry Hall does. I mean, she does that for me, I tell you.
Ugly that is. That is really ugly. How can someone be that ugly with one head?
I don't know, that really is ugly.
You need to come back into the punch position, Bobby, to give me that line. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, cuddly things. What, like Samantha Fox?
No. Cuddly toys like your Care Bears and Wuzzles.
The Care Bear, love them, the Wuzzle, love them. Yeah, so they don't go for uglies like us.
Well, yes and no. I mean, ugly creatures do sell, but as long as they've been in films, see?
Oh, I see what they do. Oliver Reed dolls, then, do they?
No. Star Wars and things like... Oh, sorry about that shit. Do apologise.
Oh, dear.
Don't. Yeah, you can carry on prattling on. It's a lot easier. I have to go back to the top, gentlemen.
All right.
Oh, well, you're panicking a bit, David.
Oh.
Now, will you please listen to my notes
BT6,
and implement them as best you can, gentlemen. Keep everyone away, please, Gary, for the moment while I'm talking to them, so they can concentrate. The delivery isn't good, gentlemen, at the moment. Bobby, I feel as though you're chatting too much, and Dave's waiting for you. David, calm down. You're doing very, very well.
Yeah, mate.
You know the script, Dave. Don't panic. Just...
Okay, baby. Okay.
Here we go, everybody, and off you go, David.
Will you move a little closer, said the whiting to the snail?
Excuse me. Do you mind if I have a word, like, in your shell, like, please, if you don't mind? Listen, me and you, we've been here, well, like, together, like, for quite a while in this cabin. I was wondering, what kind of creature are you, then?
Well, me, I'm a turtle, aren't I?
Oh, what's that, then? What's a turtle, then?
Well, a turtle is a bit like a tortoise.
Oh. So how do you find out, then, if you're a tortoise or a turtle, then?
Well, you jump in the lake, and if you drown, chances are you're a tortoise.
Oh, I see.
You see, turtles can swim. We're a bit like podgy terrapins.
Oh, so you're a bit like a tortoise, then, and you're a bit like a terrapin.
Correct.
But in fact, you're a turtle.
Correct.
No, mock turtle.
No, yes and no, I'm a mock turtle, Dave.
Concentration.
Concentration.
You know it, Dave, don't...
Bob, be quiet, please.
We're about...
You're 137 over.
Right, but that wasn't allowing for
That's
Alan.
not allowing for Alan. Not allowing for Brunson.
Yeah, so you're 2 over. Right.
Not
allowing for Brunson. Right. Are we counting done as a package or underlay?
Package.
That's not my earpiece.
Oh, came out of your box.
You've got an awful lot of boxes here.
Yeah.
Move them out of the way.
It's left ear or right ear?
Left ear.
It's out of your box, Alistair.
Is it?
Not yours.
Oh, it's too big.
Thank you. Could go back a bit and down a bit, please, sir. Could you go back a bit and down a bit? No, you don't need that. Put it
There's an
here.
interview tonight.
Oh, that's all right. Everyone kind of put a mic here.
No, we want to put you on the Sonny, please.
Put it on here, then. Not on the tie.
Okay. Sandy's got to have a stall.
All right. We had one on the desk before. Can't we have it on the desk?
Sorry, Sandy, they're saying no. Sound
Right.
problem, Sandy, sorry.
want you to clear the shot so we do the bongs.
The bongs are going to sound absolutely terrible from this
You
far
want it
away.
without you there, without me and without too much plot. Can we try and confirm that I will be handing back to Peter Allen? Handing over to Peter Allen.
1 minute to transmission.
Do you want to recall the audio bongs from Abden Green?
We've done it.
We will take Peter, Di.
Yes, and on air in 15 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 11.
BTA
10
roll.
seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. On air.
Stand by 1 and stay
Mr. Lawson finds $2 billion for health, but the trade gap widens. The rebel Tories are voting now against dental charges. The Israeli election, Mr. Shamir's Likud looks like the winner, and Mr. Bush, still in the lead, laughs off claims of a Dukakis comeback.
Thank you, Sandy.
Good evening.
Would Brunson be handing over to Peter Allen in the studio?
Well, hang on a sec. Check on your dirt phone whether or not, check with Di how he hands over.
And Di, can you tell runners he doesn't hand to Peter Allen, he just hands back to the studio.
Hands back to the studio, please. He'll hand back to the studio.
Sorry, in fact, a sign-off will be nice.
Actually, a sign-off. One sign-off, please, Abingdon Green. A sign-off. How long is it? Do we know how long this piece will be?
Do you know how long your piece will be?
Well, I mean, what they want, basically, but I mean, about 30 seconds or so.
How long would you like?
As short as possible, about 20 seconds if you can do it.
20 seconds, as short as possible, 20 seconds, and a sign-off.
What interpretation?
They ought to be coming across to me, on the override key.
20 seconds and a sign-off, please.
All right, fine. What's the out cue on the second bit of horn?
Back onto DI.
What?
Back onto DI.
No, this is why I need a count in my ear. Just the second piece, I'll have to take it off the monitor.
Stand by, Abingdon Green.
There are even more important conditions. Early brain tumours, whether there's papilledema, there's pressure on the back of the eye.
Well, we've had quite a number of speeches like that from the rebels, indeed. They seem in this last hour to have gathered their strength, and they've fought back quite hard. There's talk even of their number reaching 45 on this particular vote. Yes, the rebels are standing their ground, and they're speaking in the debate. The wind has been rather taken out of their sails by an announcement by Mr. Lawson of that £2 billion package for the health service. Not many Tories tonight are looking into the fine print of that one. And also by the tone set by Mrs. Thatcher during Prime Minister's question. She said that a lot of people jolly well wanted to pay what she called those small charges for dental and eye checkup.
A little crap.
Most people can and are very willing to pay
What a lot of rubbish.
charges for dental and eye examinations.
Nobody does pay anything for anything, you idiot.
Then it will mean that people will not be able to get the operations they really need as soon as they otherwise would. And I think that many
Bad
people
enough going to the opticians now when it's free, let alone if you
if they were
get paid
not
again.
allowed to pay.
What about the poor old poor
Rebels
people?
disagree with Mrs. Thatcher over that. Right, Di, if we have to cut out of this quickly, we'll cut straight to Alistair, who will do a very...
Stand by MCU next. Stand by Peter Allen, is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Pete, no sign yet? It's okay, don't worry, we can get there, I think. We can cut out if we have to.
Crash out.
No, we'll take it full length.
I want MCU at camera 2, please. Not for the window. We're coming to you to Alistair to hand over to Peter Allen. Next.
We think we'll have the vote.
We think we'll have the vote.
No sign? Yep, Pete?
The charges had to be summarised. 6 of murder,
30
6 of
seconds
attempted
to
murder,
make.
3 of conspiracy to murder. It's alleged that Martin McGuinness
To Peter next.
and Owen Karen were among
You might have to
those
talk for a while, Pete, but we'll come to you next.
Stone appeared unperturbed as a pile of prosecution papers were laid down and he was committed for trial at Crown Court.
Andrew Simmons, news at 10, Belfast. Take 2Q, Alistair.
And we're now going back to the House of Commons, where MPs have been voting on whether or not they want to introduce dental charges. Peter Allen is there.
Taking 2, Peter.
Well, welcome back. The House of Commons is absolutely packed. As I look across the chamber, every member who's been voted has crowded back to actually find out what the result is. Now, any moment now, the tellers who've actually been counting up those votes should file behind the Speaker's chair.
Oh, fuck, they're not even
Hear
back
the shout go up as they present their votes. As I speak, Tristan Gurrell-Jones comes up to one of the clerks. What he does is takes a bit of paper, he comes round to the microphones.
That's good.
If the ayes have won, if the government has won. Tristan Gurrell stands on the right, means the government's won. Listen to the result.
Order. The ayes to the right, 300. The noes to the left, 284.
Let me see, just 16 minutes. That is the closest the government has come to defeat in this Parliament. Parliament has indeed decided that there should be a £3 charge for dental checks, but as you've heard, there's
Okay, time to wind up.
Again, the rebels are against. We'll find out about that result in about 2 hours. In the meantime, this is Pete House returning you to the studio.
Right, take 2Q, Alistair.
Thank you, Peter.
No,
Just a reminder there on the votes, for
Very
300 against 284, a government majority of just 60.
And that's it from us.
11.
For
10
now.
on programme. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thanks very much.
That
worked well, didn't it?
Yes, and I couldn't...
Quiet day at the office, dear?
That went very well.
Oh, Jesus, I'm shattered.
Cinders.
Go on, Quattro. Cindy.
What do you say, gang? Should we go home? Sie haben unserem Land einen großen Dienst erwiesen, Miss Kelsey. Leider muss ich Ihnen sagen, dass eine offizielle Anerkennung...
This is Sky Channel, owned by Rupert Murdoch. It's general English language entertainment meant for a pan-European audience. Coming down here, we've just got some colour bars. This is at the moment an unused channel. Used to have a German channel on it, but they seem to go bust fairly regularly. Now we come to Teleclub. This is a Swiss channel, or that's where it originates from, although it's meant for all of Europe. And some of the material it shows, I think we'd question whether it was acceptable at sort of 6 o'clock in the evening, which is when it often shows it. This was recorded about 6:30 in the evening. This material is quite typical on this channel. This is the main culprit for doing this sort of thing. At the moment, I think you've got to be a bit of an enthusiast to receive these sort of pictures. It's fairly expensive and you need still a certain amount of technical knowledge, but in the coming future, the prices of them will fall dramatically, and anybody will be able to go into the high street shops and buy them and install them, and presumably this is the sort of material they're going to be able to find on their screens.
I think if you look at British broadcasting now, you can find a million things wrong with it. It's smug, it's complacent, it's not varied enough, it's tired, it's old. All of these things are true. People in it are getting older, the fire's gone out of people's bellies. There are all sorts of things that are wrong with it. There is a real danger, though, that this system, which has become revered throughout the world for the quality of its programs, for its independence, for its imagination and innovation, is about to be jettisoned in favor of something the like of which we have never seen and can scarcely imagine, because most people who are talking about it and talking in favour of it haven't really thought through what it actually involves. What we're going to end up doing, potentially, is throwing out the baby with the bathwater. And we will be doing it not because we believe that there is a great new age of broadcasting that will bring more quality programmes, more dramas, more operas and so on. It's not because of that. We're going to be doing it because there are certain people who stand to make a great deal of money out of it, firstly. And secondly, we're going to be doing it because it can be done, and for no other reason. Not because we think that there's some great new frontier of broadcasting to be explored, but simply because it can be done, and if it is done, some people will make a lot of money. I think it's a rather sad prospect.
Last thing tonight, the blue and yellow clock ticking its way towards 20 to 1. For now, from all of us on BBC One, a very peaceful night to you. Good night.